What a day for surprise. We found a lonely Toby waiting lonesomely at Tidmouth Station. He was near some empty coaches which seemed to have been evacuated. He seemed scared and was mumbling to himself repeatedly. We tried to approach him, but he kept reversing. Maybe this whole thing has taken a toll on him. I wouldn't be surprised. We examined the coaches, which were the red and cream fast passenger service ones that James was pulling earlier. Did he leave half his train behind? I don't recall seeing a brake coach on his train, so it must have been the case. It also explains why there was so much luggage loose on the platform. We've decided to raid the station to see if any food was being stored in the offices. We found a few pastries inside of the station, but they were pretty stale. Either way, they tasted pretty good. Everything just happened at once. My hand is shaking right now, and I'm barely able to write. We wanted to ask Toby what happened to him when the blast happened. He seemed petrified, but also on the verge of tears. While James had just finished shunting his coach together for his next train, Toby was traveling down the line to collect Henrietta from Crovan's Gate Works, who was getting her windows replaced and a new coat of paint. He soon stopped at a signal at Tidmouth and talked to James, who was complaining about how he had to shunt his own coaches. Then the sirens blared loud and long, and the sight of the explosion lit up the sky and caused their ears to ring. James and Toby were petrified and urged people to get into the coach. However, only after the train was coupled up, and there was no time to grab the shunter's pole and hook them together. Toby then realized that Henrietta would be endangered and might be affected by the blast. James yelled at him to push the brake coach and two others up the line with him to protect the passengers. Toby didn't listen. The brown box went towards the works. James furiously pulled the coaches out of the station as fast as possible while leaving 3 behind in the process, while the determined tram engine headed straight towards the direction of the blast. Some of the stranded passengers ran for the hills. Others stayed in the station. They've all left by now, but it explains why the interiors of the offices are completely trash. Toby proceeded to cry, saying how he was sorry and how he just wanted Henrietta to be safe. Honestly, I was just glad he was safe. I learned that wood isn't affected by radiation, so it made logical sense that he was fine. Then a voice called out from inside of him out of the blue, in a deep groggy voice, which said something like, We peeked inside, and what we saw was horrifying. Toby's sofa became essential. A mangled face which resembled one of the troublesome truck, with teeth burns mostly on the right side of his face, was located right behind where Toby's face would be. That was when it hit me. He wasn't mumbling to himself earlier. He was talking to the voice inside his head. After waiting around for a bit longer, we decided to head on back down the line. We did not want to risk Toby or Firefish getting injured, so Edward and I conceived the plan first to pull him down the line.
As we traveled on, Toby was breaking down more and more, looking at how desolate the place around him was. The air was full of fog, and the sky was a dark gray, and no sunshine could be seen. It was like someone turned off the lights and closed the blinds on the world.
Edward, being the wise sage he was, used his kind words to calm Toby down and reminded him that they would find Henrietta. I felt a sudden jerk as Edward applied his brakes. We peered out from the side of his cab and saw Thomas steaming idly in front of us with his signature triumphant smirk. Leon had stuck his head out of the cab, saying how good of a job he did for driving his first steam engine. We heard Thomas of the cab door, and as the mysterious figure leaned out of the cab door, he was rather rotund, really quite round, but we didn't see him like that to us. He seemed to be a shining light in a deep dark pit, said Bertram Topham Hatt.